What's going on, everybody? My name is Nate and welcome to the channel. I made a tag video. It was based off somebody else's video, but Kelvin here made a video about one fragrance from each brand and I threw myself in the tag. Unofficial tag. Anyway, go check out his channel, subscribe if you want. He makes fragrance content. I watched his video and it got me thinking about one fragrance from each house. So I don't have like entire lines and stuff yet because I'm not filthy rich, but I want to go through some of the brands that I do have and just kind of give you my thoughts. And we're going to kind of go rapid fire too. All right, let's talk about Nichane first. This is a niche house and I have a few of them. I have 4 from Nichane and I've tried a few other ones, but these are the 4 that I really love. So this is the first one, B612, and this is a cashmere and heavy kind of fragrance. It's got some musk in here. It's very clean. This is super elegant. This is a classy gentleman here. And then I have Wulong here. This is good too. It's really fresh, aromatic. It's got, you know, that kind of tea nuance, fig. It's just super great. Bergamot orange, really good. It's a very fresh, uplifting kind of fragrance. And then Nichane's Hashavat is another one. This is a Creed Aventus kind of style, but this heavy on the oak moss. This is a very sophisticated fragrance. It's got a pineapple nuance in here too. And then one of my favorites, Nichane's Annie. This is really good, but this is a heavy vanilla fragrance. You gotta like vanilla a lot, and very clean, benzoin, cedar wood in here. Really good stuff. They have excellent offerings, but my favorite would be like Wulong Chi. This stuff is fantastic. I would pick this one from the house because I can wear this any time of the year. Really, it's hard to pick from this house because they're just so good. Annie would be my next one up, and then Hashavat, the 612 would be the last, but all of them are loved equally, but I would go with Wulong right now. All right, let's talk about Tom Ford real quick. I love Tom Ford. He's one of my icons, role models. I want to be Tom Ford. So there's a few different options. Tom Ford's Gray Vetiver is a great classy kind of fragrance, and I would really pick this one if I was aiming for that classy kind of vibe. They also have this Noir Extreme, and Noir Extreme is a sexy kind of spicy vanilla. It's got a pistachio, not a pistachio, a coffee note in here, which is like an Italian ice cream, or no, excuse me, not Italian, but it's an Indian ice. But anyway, it comes across as like a patchouli kind of ice cream. Really creamy, really smooth. But the one I would go with, Tom Ford's Ombre Leather. Tom Ford's Ombre Leather, this stuff is banging. It's a leather fragrance. It's a smooth, sophisticated leather fragrance. Clean, it's cardamom. It's got this smooth sexiness about it. Smooth, creamy leather though. It is just so magnificent. All right, jumping into kind of a Cologne house slash Middle Eastern house. This is Armaf. Armaf is known for their Club de Nuit Intense line. That is kind of what I think of them as, but they got so many different lines. They've got the Just Jack series. They've got a bunch of different ones, but one of the ones, we're talking about the Club de Nuit right now. I love Sillage. I wouldn't pick this one. It's a fingerprint magnet. I should probably clean these before I started filming, but this is a take on Creed's Silver Mountain Water. Stuff is fantastic. It's musky. It's got this kind of inky vibe, so people don't really get on the bandwagon of it. Just from that, they say that it comes across like a sharp and metallic musk. It kind of has like a sharp metallic smell to it. And then Millésime Imperial Milestone, and this is super fresh. It's got like watermelon kind of touch to it. Really fresh and clean though. This one is one of my favorites. In the springtime, this is some great stuff. I forgot how good that smells. But the one I would go with is Iconic from Club de Nuit. This is a clone or an inspiration off of Bleu de Chanel. And Bleu de Chanel is a very popular, you know, everyone knows Bleu de Chanel. But this stuff is great. It's almost 1-to-1. It's identical to it. You pick up subtle differences here and there, but only like up on your skin. In the air, it smells absolutely identical. But Club de Nuit Iconic is the fragrance that I would really advise to get from Armaf. That one, and you know, Club de Nuit Intense Man, just the black bottle, really smooth. It's a, you know, Creed Aventus style cologne, and it's remarkable. This stuff is great. Parfum is the best though, Parfum. All right, let's talk about Acqua di Gio or Giorgio Armani. I was considering putting Armani Code Parfum in here, and that one absolutely would be one of my favorites from the house. But then I looked at my Acqua di Gio line and I was like, man, I love Acqua di Gio. So if I had to choose, anyway, there's a couple that I really love. Profondo is one of them. Great stuff. This is a green fresh, clean, oceanic kind of on the whole vibe of the Acqua di Gio. Acqua di Gio is already fresh and aquatic, but this one kind of cranks it up and adds this like kind of green seaweed kind of thing going on. Green herbal, I should say. And then this one, Profumo is great. This one has a little incense character in it, which gives it off this kind of smoky element. When you mix fresh and clean and smoky, it's just two of the best components on the planet. But I would actually go with Acqua di Gio Absolute. And this stuff is super great, fruity, sweet, powerful. This stuff always gets me noticed, and I'm amazed too at how it does so. Clean, it's almost like bubblegum sweet. It's got the Invictus Aqua kind of style DNA mixing with Acqua di Gio, and you can't really beat that. A stunning combo. All right, let's talk about YSL. YSL has a ton of offerings. They have the La Nuit de l'Homme line, which I love. La Nuit de l'Homme is great. The Le Parfum is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. It truly is. This one's great too. This is the YO Fresh version. YO Fresh is a very clean citrus kind of smell. This one relies more on the kind of aldehydic aldehydes, you know, the fresh and clean. It's very potent and powerful. It's almost got that like waxy kind of rind smell, which comes from an aldehyde. So really good, clean. But this wouldn't be my first pick. I mean, you also have the Le Parfum here. This is really good stuff too. But this wouldn't be my number one. So I'm kind of torn between these two. This is the Intense, the new one that came out, the Eau de Parfum Intense, but this one just has to take the cake. This is the Eau de Parfum, the original, and man, this stuff is just so good. It's apple sweet. It's got this ginger accord in here, just very bright, lively, uplifting, and just potent. If you're looking for a less performing one or a less like intense one, the Eau de Toilette version of the YDNA is still a great fragrance. You can wear that anytime, anywhere. Playful, clean, sophisticated, clean laundry. Some of the best stuff. If you're a younger guy, absolutely take a look at it. All right, let's talk about Parfums de Marly. Parfums de Marly is one of my favorite niche houses of all time. I love Sedley. This is a great musky and Ambroxan kind of smell. Clean, very good for the summertime, the springtime. It's just excellent. It smells so fantastic. And then this one is my absolute love. Seriously, this is Pegasus, and Pegasus is very clean, but it's a kind of a heliotrope bitter almond with this clean smoothness and this vanilla. The vanilla is the main talking point in this fragrance. Pegasus smells like a cloud, like a vanilla cloud that you're just walking on sunshine with. It's super great. It's great for the fall and the winter time and a little bit in the springtime. I think it's a little too cloying for the summertime, but you know, regardless. But my number one pick, I don't have a full bottle of this yet, but this is Greenlee. This one is super fantastic. It's got this apple note in here and it's got the clean, fresh Ambroxan smell to it. It's just super great. I should stop saying super great. This is clean, it's robust. I'm glad I picked up a big decant of this because I, you know, when I order from Scent Split, I usually just buy the 1 milliliter size just to try the fragrance out, but felt like I knew I was gonna like this, so I ordered a little bit bigger. This is a 5 ml size, so I'm glad I did because I'm actually able to wear this a couple times here and there, and honestly, I probably will never go through this, which is sad. But Parfums de Marly is really good. I wanna get a bottle of Herod. That stuff is fantastic. Excellent tobacco kind of smell. And then Galloway is another one that I really want to pick up. Cologne is another one. It's just like they have so many options and so many different fragrances that just I want to get my hands on really, really bad. But they're quite expensive, so it might have to wait a little bit. All right, let's talk about Chanel. Chanel doesn't have really all that many options. My favorites are like Allure Homme Sport Extreme. This one is just fresh, clean. It's robust. It's a sporty version. It's really tonka bean smooth. It's got this like woody kind of smell to it. Really, really nice. Kind of got a minty flair to it as well. And then also, you know, Bleu de Chanel's. So my favorite is the Parfum. And this is my favorite from the entire house, Bleu de Chanel Parfum. It's just so good, so robust. And this stuff, you can wear this anywhere. It smells fantastic. I'm just gonna spray it on right now because the stuff is so so great. There I go again, saying so great again. So great. All right, let's talk about Prada. And Prada might actually shock you. So I have a few of the Luna Rossa, fragrances that I really, really love. And I'm planning on picking up the whole line of the Luna Rossa eventually. Like Carbon is really good. I love Carbon. This is a Sauvage kind of take. And then I also like this one as well. This is the black version. Both of those are excellent fragrances. I wear them a lot and they get a lot of compliments too. One of my favorites too is also this one, Prada L'Homme, and clean iris, smelly good juice right here. This one is a little challenging to wear if you're not familiar with neroli and iris. It's kind of got this powdery, uplifting kind of smell to it. It honestly could smell a little off-putting to some, but this is definitely not a blind buy worthy. But it's clean too. I mean, stuff is fantastic. I don't want me saying not a blind buy worthy. I don't want that to sound like I'm dissing on it at all, because I'm not one bit. My number one choice for Prada though would be Prada Amber Pour Homme. This stuff smells like soap. This stuff is so nice. I wore a lot of this. I was waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning and going to the gym during 2020. And I was spraying like 3 or 5 sprays of this when I went to the gym. And you might think, 5 sprays to the gym, Nate? Are you out of your mind? It's fine. This is soap. It just smells like soap. It smells like a Dove bar soap. I even got a compliment too, that somebody said I smell like soap. So it's not an offensive fragrance whatsoever. You can spray like 12 sprays of that and go to the gym and somebody will just be like, man, he smells really intense with soap. All right, let's talk about Mancera. I recently put in an order for Oud Lemon Mint. It's fantastic. Love that stuff. It's got an oud kind of smooth, creamy dry down with some lemon. Love that stuff. So good. Cedrat Boisé is an obvious cure. It's really fresh, clean. Fruit Loops in the Woods is like I like to call it, but it's fruity, woody, and clean. This one is just a super robust fragrance that you can wear. I have this screw off cap here, and it's just, this stuff is fantastic, seriously. But my number one pick for Mancera, I don't have a bottle of the other one. I would pick French Riviera, but I looked at this one on my shelf and I was like, that is my number one. This is Vetiver Sensual by Mancera. This stuff, I'm not gonna say this stuff is so great, but this stuff is so fantastic. You would think like with the name Vetiver Sensual, you would get a lot of vetiver, like dirty vetiver and stuff, but it's really clean. It's really, the vetiver is dialed back in such a way where it doesn't come across as vetiver. It comes across as like clean, robust kind of style of fragrance with a pink pepper nuance in here, giving it a spicy edge. This one relies mainly on citrus though. This is a citrus bomb with a little bit of vetiver sprinkled in there. But I always say if you don't like vetiver, maybe stay away from it. Maybe stay away from a fragrance with the name vetiver in it, but this fragrance does not have that dirty vetiver smell to it, not one bit. All right, let's talk about Dior. Dior's tough because they have Sauvage. Sauvage Parfum is one of my favorites, and this stuff is good. It smells so, this one has like the spicing aspects cranked up a lot, but really good. It wouldn't be my number one pick though. I feel like Sauvage Parfum it's nice, but I only wear it sparingly. I only wear it a couple times here and there. Eau Sauvage Parfum gets a lot of wear out of me in like formal events. I like to wear this stuff when I'm going to like a nice, banquet party or like a real estate party or just doing a professional gig. I do like some corporate gigs here and there, and wearing something like this is very nice. This one is very vetiver heavy though. Don't buy this one if you get turned off by vetiver. And then the Homme line. The Homme line is, you have Dior Homme Cologne. I love this stuff so much. It wouldn't be my number one, obviously, because this is just like a chillaxing kind of fragrance. This is like fresh citrus. This is clean musk, orange blossom. You can't go wrong with this. This is so good. And my God, am I torn on this. Dior Homme Intense or Dior Homme 2020. What is going on? And I think it's odd that the juice level is almost the same level. You can clearly see that I wear a lot of these. I would probably just go with Dior Homme Intense because I love this stuff so much, but this one would get used sparingly by me. I don't really wear this one. I mean, the dent, says otherwise, but I don't wear this one all that much. It's like I wear it here and there, but at the same time, I would probably wear Dior Homme 2020 a lot more, but I would go with the Intense version. All right, let's talk about Ralph Lauren. They have the Rouse Club that just came out. I love the Elixir version. I have the Elixir version up there. Really good stuff. I love that. It's very rich, heavy, alabanum, smokiness, really. But it's got a clean base too. Really good stuff. But then also I have like Deep Blue, and this stuff is fantastic too. It's got this like mango kind of accord in here. Really, really clean, smooth, sexy, like clean musk, fresh aquatic, and just clean and robust. It doesn't last all that long, so I mean, none of these really do last all that long. Like this one is a great example. I love the scent character on this one, but Polo Red, this just doesn't work for me anymore because it's so weak. It's just so weak. It's sad. But this is a fragrance that always worked for me. I've worn so many bottles of this. That would be my #1 pick if it wasn't for the other one. But here's another one. Polo Blue Parfum is another good one from the whole line of the Polo line. And Polo Blue Parfum, such an excellent release, but it's fresh, it's aquatic, it's got this green nuance in there too, kind of giving it this like herbal kind of feel, like green, grassy kind of smell, but it's very aquatic, fresh, uplifting, a lot of citrus in there and a lot of fresh. It's Polo Blue. You're gonna smell clean, you're gonna smell like a deodorant, excellent stuff. I would actually pick Polo Red Parfum. This stuff, it gets trashed online. It's really a shame. I think that this one is really good. It's not like one of my go-to fragrances in my entire collection. Let me get that straight. But in terms of like the Polo line, one of my favorites, absolutely. It's sweet. It's got this like red berry kind of smell to it. And it's also got this absinthe note in here, which from what I know, it's like an alcoholic beverage, giving it kind of like a zing to it. But it's mainly like a fresh and clean, fruity, sweet kind of fragrance. Love it so much. It's a little weak on the performance, but I just spray it on. Whenever I wear it, I just bring a little decant with me and I spray it on as I go. All right, let's talk about Victor and Rolf. Victor and Rolf has infrared. This one is really good. It's like a cinnamon kind of nutmeg, spicy. It's got a chili note in here too. I think it's a chili. Anyway, it smells like red hot chewing gum. Excellent. Really, really great. Like that big red chewing gum smells like that. Cinnamon chewing gum. This is another one I loved so much from the whole line. This is the Night Vision Eau de Parfum. Night Vision Eau de Parfum is great too. This one has a pistachio note in there. And if you don't know what a pistachio smells like, you gotta get on it. This one, it smells like a grown-up version of an Axe body spray, in my opinion. And it's nice. It smells sophisticated, it smells rich, and it's sexy as hell, but it smells a little bit like Axe body spray. I think it boils down to these two, honestly. The OG, this is an OG. This is super sexy. This is tobacco. It's got spices in here. It's got vanilla. It's super good. Then you have the extreme version, which this stuff, it's just, these two are so good. And if I had to pick one between both of those, I would probably go with the extreme version. Even though I love the original is really good. This one has a special edge, and this would be my go-to. Anyway, this was not every house because we would be here for 45 days. This was just a couple that stood out to me that I pulled from my shelf, and I was like, that's a good house. That's a good house. Let's talk about it. So let me know in the comments down below, maybe pick 3 or 4 houses that are your favorite houses and which fragrances would you pick. I want to know what you guys pick in the comments down below. Take care, guys. We'll see you next time.